A story about how doing just a little more than expected leads to extraordinary success. Raunak wiped the sweat off his forehead as he dug into the hard, dry soil. The sun blazed over the tiny village of Kalyanpur, where he lived with his aged mother and 2 younger sisters. Life had never been easy. But when his father, a struggling farmer, passed away suddenly, it became unbearable. The burden of feeding his family fell squarely on Raunak's 18-year-old shoulders. He toiled in the fields, but the yield was poor and money was scarce. With every passing day, his mother's health declined, and his sisters looked at him with hopeful eyes, trusting that he would take care of them. One evening, as Raunak sat under a banyan tree staring at the setting sun, wondering how he would ever change their fate, he noticed an old man dressed in saffron robes watching him. His eyes held a strange wisdom, and his face had the calmness of a flowing river. "Why do you look so lost, my child?" the saint asked.
Raunak sighed. "I don't know how to escape this life of struggle. No matter how hard I work, I remain stuck in poverty." The saint smiled. "Because you are doing only what is expected."
If you want to change your fate, you must go the extra mile. Just a little more than what is necessary. One extra step, one extra effort, that is the key to success.
Raunak frowned. "But what does that mean?" The saint picked up 2 sticks and drew a line in the dust.
"If everyone stops here," he pointed to the line, "you must go here." He drew another line just a little further. That small difference creates an extraordinary result. The words echoed in Raunak's mind as he lay awake that night. He had no money, no education, no land. What extra mile could he go? Then it hit him. The villagers only farmed during one season and let their fields dry in others. What if he worked through all seasons, using new techniques? The first extra mile, learning. Determined, Raunak began waking up early and staying up late to read old books on farming borrowed from the village school. He sought advice from elders, walked miles to meet experienced farmers, and experimented with organic fertilizers made from cow dung and neem leaves. While others farmed as they always had, Raunak innovated. The second extra mile, adapting. During a drought, when other farmers gave up, Raunak dug small trenches to conserve water, ensuring his crops survived. He also learned about mixed cropping, growing multiple crops to improve soil fertility and increase yield. His neighbors mocked him. But when the harvest season arrived, Raunak's fields were full of golden grain, while theirs were barren. The third extra mile, scaling up with the extra income from his crops, he didn't stop. Instead, he reinvested. He bought better seeds, acquired a small solar-powered water pump, and even started selling organic produce in nearby towns. Soon his farm was thriving, and people who once laughed at him now sought his advice. The transformation. Within 3 years, Raunak not only secured his family's future, but also helped other villagers improve their farming methods. He started a cooperative, ensuring farmers got better prices for their crops instead of selling them at a loss. His younger sisters went to school. His mother received proper medical care. And Raunak, the once struggling boy, became a symbol of resilience and change in his village. One day, as he sat under the same banyan tree where he had first met the saint, he saw the old man again.
Raunak bowed. "Your words changed my life." The saint smiled. "No, my child. You changed your life. I only showed you the way. You walked the extra mile." The lesson Raunak's story reminds us all. Success is not about talent or luck.
It's about going just a little beyond what is expected. One extra step. One extra effort. That's where magic happens.